Welcome and thank you for joining me today to talk to you about real estate. This is Matthew Lindsay with Precision Home Group here in Anchorage, Alaska. Coming to you today to talk to you about not getting emotionally attached to a home when you're in the buying process. We're going to talk to you about why you shouldn't do this and how not to find yourself in that situation. So we're going to cover several different topics here. If you have any comments, any questions, please let me know in the comments section below. I would really appreciate it. So today is why you shouldn't get emotionally attached to a home in the buying process. Now, it's a highly emotional time for a lot of people. Not everybody is a very logical thinker in the way they go about things. They get attached to, or they see themselves in a home when they're going out to buy a new home. And so what we're talking about today is how not to do that and the reasons why. So first off, the reasons why. When you get emotionally attached to a home that is not yet your home, logic goes out the window. Just poof, right out the window, right? So you start overpaying for homes, offering more money. Maybe there's multiple offers on this home and you just really, really love it. And unbeknownst to you, there's another home somewhere else in that neighborhood, in that subdivision, in that area that offers everything this house does, but you just got emotionally attached, so you put your logic out the window. So we want to help you not do that so that, like I said, you don't overpay for a home. So here's some steps on how to not keep that from happening, how to keep that from happening. So one, don't look at homes if you're not pre-qualified. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is to get pre-qualified, you got to go speak to a home mortgage lender. You got to go speak to the bank. You got to go speak to a lender. And in that, they're going to have you bring in all your different documents, your W-2s, your 1099s, whatever it is, your tax documents. And that way they can see where you're at financially and see how much you could actually qualify for, so that they can give you a dollar amount of what they would lend to you. So once you have that, once you have the pre-qualification letter, you can actually go out and start looking at homes. You're not going to look at homes outside of your price range and then get emotionally attached to those homes. So you're protecting yourself by getting pre-qualified first. So that's the first step. Second, you want to keep your bottom line in mind. You don't want to overpay for a home, right? You want to go in and you want to make sure that, the market can actually substantiate the price that you're offering on that home. So you want to keep that bottom line in mind, and that ties back into that pre-qualification. You want to make sure that you're keeping in that budget, keeping in that dollar amount. Three, you don't want to be looking at homes outside of your price range. What you're going to do is you're going to see something that you really like, you really enjoy, you get tied to that, but it's outside your price range. You can't afford it, and you're just playing with your emotions at that point, right? Sometimes you'll offer less money for that home. You'll offer what you can afford, and sometimes you might be able to negotiate that, but it's not a winning strategy to do that. Make sure that whatever the list price of the home is, that you can actually qualify for that when writing an offer, because at the end of the day, you're probably going to have to walk away from it if you can't actually qualify for it, for whatever price is settled on. Also, one thing to remember here is that the seller of the home is actually emotionally tied to that home, more invested in that home than you are. So keep that in mind when you're going through negotiations, when you're sending correspondences back and forth if you do get to an offer or repair amendments. Just keep in mind that that is their home. They have lived there. They are invested into that property more so than you are. So if you keep that in mind, you can help protect yourself and make those negotiations go a lot better. Again, prioritize what you need, not what you want. We all have certain needs in a home, whether that be a family size and you have a certain amount of bedrooms you need for the kids. Whether that be, you need an oversized garage. Whatever your need is for your home, just keep that in mind above your wants. Obviously, we have a long list of wants. Everybody has wants, right? You want the updated kitchens, you want the nice bamboo floors, you want all the updates. But there's certain things that you need. So keep track of what you need not necessarily what you want. Wants come secondary. And then also keep it logical in your negotiations. As soon as you let these emotions come into play, logic goes out the window, like we started with. So make sure that, getting a call in here, make sure that you're keeping it logical, and that way you can actually look at the numbers and be okay walking away from a deal if the numbers don't make sense. You know, it's okay to be, to really like a home, to love a home, to want it for you and your family. But if the numbers don't make sense, there's no reason to overpay for a home if you don't need to, right? So keep it logical, keep the numbers in mind, and have a willingness to actually walk away from a deal if the numbers don't make sense. So those are just some quick, easy steps for you to keep in mind to, one, not get emotionally tied to a property, and two, have a willingness to walk away from a property so that you're not suffering from those emotional ties, to keep it logical. This is Matthew Lindsay with Precision Home Group here in Anchorage. If there's anything that I can do to help you, any real estate questions, anything that I can do, leave me a comment in the comment box on the bottom here, Facebook and Instagram, and I would love to get back in touch with you. So I'll reach out to you, answer any questions and comments you guys have. For now, you guys have a great day. I really appreciate you coming and watching today.